Good afternoon, my friends. Daniel Miller here. How's everybody doing on this rather drizzly, wet Saturday afternoon? Hope you're all healthy and well and staying indoors and keeping up with your indoors activities, which include obviously being here and watching online video gaming sessions. Hope everybody's absolutely adhering to the policies and to the restrictions, all the advice given to us by our government and the scientific community. You have got to do that. Sadly, today we've had some information from WHO, which is the World Health Organization, indicating that regardless of all the effort, all the investment, all of the hard work during the last few months that was done by so many scientists around the world, we do not have a test that can tell us that a person who indeed had survived coronavirus was going to be immune from that virus at a later stage. And that is a serious problem in terms of all that is currently being undertaken. And I think our scientists in the United Kingdom have been warning the world community about it, because we tested very many different types. Well, we used very many different types of tests in order to define whether those people who were having the virus were indeed immune afterwards, and all of those tests were considered to be completely unreliable. So that is really the biggest news that would have come out from the scientific community today, and I think it's definitely very much worthy of note, because this means in kind of layman's terms that we really have to carry on with the lockdown for a long while before we find some of the methods, medications, or indeed some types of vaccines that will be effective. And that is certainly a very serious awareness that all of us need to have. We need to keep up with the same mindset that is anticipating that the lockdown is going to be staying with us for a long while. I have seen from around the world that some countries that are trying to ease up the measures. I consider that to be completely unwise. It is based on the economic factors more than the health of the nation, and regrettably this will backfire, because as you know, the virus is spreading, the virus is deadly, the virus is very fast in jumping from one person to another in a very confined area where the droplets could be caught by another person. And I think we really all have to be accepting the fact that staying indoors will persist for a very long period of time. Most importantly, all of us have got to be abiding by the rules, because any form of relaxation, like going to shops or going up and about, sitting in a park, is going to be endangering everyone. That includes yourself, your loved ones, elderly people in your own community, and basically also it is not protecting the national health service in our country, the health services in other places around the world, and this is not going to be then saving lives. So the only thing I can tell you is simply to stick to the rules, which means stay at home UK, stay indoors UK, and therefore be a hero, because guess what? You're protecting the NHS, you're protecting your loved ones, you're protecting yourself, and indeed you are saving lives, and therefore you are a hero. You are a hero because you're saving lives of your loved ones, your own life, the lives of those people living in a local community, because you're preventing the spread of the virus, helping the NHS. And if you join us here with our video games online, if you become a member of our Twitch or Mixer or any other YouTube gaming communities, you are going to be a hero. You play one of the characters and you'll feel really greatly rewarded. So keep this in mind. I'm giving you every single day some updates on all that we see and hear. It is extremely important for people to be fully kept abreast, and what one shouldn't do is to leave Sky News, CNN on 24/7. That is not a thing to do, because you will be bombarded with very distressing news, and those will be indeed profoundly upsetting to everyone, and we all have to have some respite in a situation where death is lurking from every single corner. And we really have to be accepting the fact that the lockdown is to be persisting in one form or another. And I think the findings coming out of the WHO, the World Health Organization today, are indeed pointing into that direction. So this is a serious blow really for many governments around the world who were hoping that the test would indicate that they could ease up some sections of the lockdown, and it is certainly deeply worrying. But on the other hand, it doesn't have to be that it is experienced as a setback, because I'm quite certain the scientists will be working literally 24/7 to find out other methods through which this could be further tested, or indeed they'll be looking at the invention of other tests. As said many times, this is a new virus. This is a virus that has not been seen previously in human history, certainly not picked up by the scientists, and therefore the battle had started literally from scratch. This is not the time to be presenting the blame game, and I think any country that is doing this is doing their own citizens a great disservice. This is the time to get united behind our leadership. All the political parties have to be working together in order to provide a national and international effort to destroy this deadly, evil, invisible killer. This is the only way. There isn't any other way. And those countries that are pursuing the policy of warmongering or blaming others, unfortunately, will spend their time and energy on what is at this moment in time the least productive, the least desired, and the least effective. So, my message to everyone is stay together, stay united, talk to everyone through WhatsApp and various other online platforms. Make sure that you're connected, that you're kept abreast, that you know what's going on. Do not bombard yourself with distressing news, because obviously many of those are present through the medias every day, 24/7. Focus on your daily broadcasts from the government, and whatever is a follow-up to that, like questions and the latest sort of state-of-the-art information given to us. So that will be usually within sort of 90 minutes or so, and make sure you absolutely abide by all that is said. In Britain, we are facing another 3 weeks of lockdown, so that will bring us to 6 weeks of a complete shutdown of everything, and 8 weeks of 2 weeks of an extra partial shutdown, which was preceding the 23rd of March. So principally, if we are looking at it from the 9th of March, we already were experiencing many restrictions and social distancing. So this is a long period of time for this sort of thing to be asked from us, and I'm sure that many citizens are finding it quite difficult. I mean, I can certainly tell you, for me, it's the day number 43 in quarantine. I've not seen the light of the day. I've not seen sunshine for 43 days. Even if you were a prisoner, in solitary confinement, you would be given some sunshine from time to time, because it is seen as a necessity for the basic survival. And just like what you have in a deadly, devastating war zone, you've got to be accepting what's out here, and your mindset has got to be accepting those facts, because if it isn't, you'll have a real difficulty in surviving months and months spent indoors. It's just like, if you were to be facing constant earthquakes, well, would you be living in a tower block? Well, obviously you wouldn't. You would go to a plain, and or an area with no buildings, for obvious reasons. If you were facing an eruption of many volcanoes at all times, you'll get away from that. You just accept the fact at that point, due to the natural disasters and the conditions, there was nothing else you could do. So that is what really needs to be accepted, really absolutely, purely in terms of our own psychological muscles, as we call it, psychic muscles. We've got to be able to accept what is out there and abide by the rules and flexibly adapt to the rules, so that's most important. That will help us, because I have to say, initially during the first days, it was very difficult for me, because I have my regular routine of things that I do every single day, and that had to be completely extracted from sort of day-to-day existence. And I basically managed to do that quite quickly, but the trouble really occurred as I felt that my sleep pattern was being affected, because there was lack of activity, physical activity, because I'm generally quite physically active. And so you can feel the side effects more or less straight away. After 43 days in quarantine, I can see that my skin looks different, and I didn't receive enough sunshine, therefore I'm probably lacking on vitamin D. What I eat is based on weekly supplies, and do shopping once a week, very quickly, with very healthy food, which I'm eating. It's a lot of pulse, dishes, and rice and vegetables and cereals and fresh fruit and that sort of thing. Just eat that all the time, because that will help my immune system help my biochemistry always. Absolutely no meat, and greasy spoons and that sort of thing, which some people resort to. I can't stand people eating, crisps and pizzas and all of this, because obviously what you want to do is to eat the healthiest possible, because otherwise you're living an existence that is somewhat devoid of the basic necessities, like for instance in my case enjoying the sun, or being out in the sun for about an hour a day or so. And I've just seen the night time. Basically the quarantine meant that I couldn't really go out at all, and I could just have a breath of fresh air in the middle of the night where there's literally nobody about. In my local area the city is completely deserted literally throughout the day, but at night you don't even see any animals. You can hear a fly coming to you. It's so quiet. So really, to summarize, stay at home UK, stay indoors UK, protect NHS, protect other people's lives, save lives, and we'll go back to hashtags. So the hashtag is stay indoors UK, hashtag is stay at home UK, and hashtag is help NHS, protect NHS, hashtag be a hero. So you are being a hero because you are preventing the spread of the virus, and also you are protecting your own life, the lives of your loved ones. You're protecting everyone's life, and you are indeed then a hero. And also, in addition to this, if you join our video gaming community online, you are going to be participating in a wonderful, rewarding activity. And if you hook up through audio, through parties and various other online platforms, you'll be able to talk about your current anxieties and all that is currently experienced. So remember, hashtag stay at homes UK, stay indoors UK, hashtag protect NHS, hashtag save lives, hashtag be a hero. So that is most important, and if you can use these hashtags on your social networking forums, that indeed would be appreciated. Well, we are going to be now focusing on our activity here. Well, thank you for listening to my introduction and the bulletin on the current state of things in a wider community. Today we are going to be broadcasting Borderlands Game of the Year edition. The reason for that is we have a wonderful selection of games on offer through Xbox Game Pass and free with gold every single weekend. As you know, I've been streaming and introducing games in the last few weeks, last couple of months in fact, that were offered to us by Microsoft, and this week we have quite a good selection. They start with Formula 1 2019, so for anyone who is a Forza fan or somebody who likes doing the driving games, that is definitely going to be your great favorite. You can try it at will whenever you want. The whole game is on offer, and it will last until the end of Sunday, so if you were to play it afterwards you would need to be obviously purchasing it, but a very, very good way through which you can try that and all the other games. Then you have a Warhammer Chaos Bane, and this game will stream tomorrow. I'll be introducing it. I've never played Warhammer, so I'm quite excited, and it is going to be definitely very much of interest to me. A major introduction both to myself and my community. Then we have Starlink Battle for Atlas. Well, this game's been already offered for free for about 3 weeks, and it will expire on the 22nd of April. So for everybody who is a great fan of Mass Effect or Destiny or even Borderlands or even the big open world games like Fallout, you will find it very much of interest. The game has not received enough publicity or exposure when it came out in 2018. It was published by Ubisoft, and it really is a combination of, well, several genres. You have the usual RPG with a lot of in-game dialogue and many different characters. You have modding on every character and their kit, and also you have a very, very good story which is taking place in a distant universe. You have lots of different spaceships which are going to be exploring that particular, well, several galaxies. What I really like about it is that it combines space opera with RPG and with kind of strategy games. And in addition to that, if you are doing different kinds of battles, you can connect with some of the other NPCs who are giving instructions on what to do, so they pop up on your screen as if you were talking to them on Skype, for instance. So really, really very innovative, and plenty to do. Loads of different territories, massive maps, plenty of activity, a lot of action. So I most highly recommend it. And unfortunately, I've not been able to stream it here as much as I wanted to, but it is very likely that I'll purchase the game because I did have a couple of streams and those were really enjoyable. And as you know, really today there are so many different games and there are relatively few hours to which we can squeeze them in. And I'm following a strategy which I kind of mapped out for my second season of broadcast. All of you who were here with us during my kind of season 1 are familiar with Destiny 1 and 2 because the channel had been pegged to Destiny, and we've had literally many thousands of hours of wonderful gameplay here with our community members. But for my season 2, which started in February, I diversified, so we are really giving you a variety stream, albeit the big games like Destiny and Mass Effect and Halo and the major blockbusters are indeed going to be present here on the channel consistently. We are going to be continuing with those, but just that the degree of continuity that we've had before with daily broadcasts of the same game and the community being on board is somewhat different. I don't know, I received some messages from some of you people saying things like, how come we don't have Destiny every single day and when are you going to do it? Well, to be honest with you, I'm a variety gamer and I have my personal favorites. Destiny is one of my favorite games of all times, together with Mass Effect Trilogy and with Gears of War, and as they're called. Let's just not get into the kind of tussle in discussing what's the best, because I have many favorites, but I think Mass Effect Trilogy is probably my favorite up to date because of its volume and everything that the game offers, from its diversity of characters through massive big open world, the dialogue, the options, the different endings, sub-quests. I mean, really, it's just a game that set a milestone for many other RPG and space operas for many years to come. So really, Destiny is very, very close to it. And actually, personally, I would prefer to see Destiny progressing down this route, the route in which we have a lot more dialogue and a lot more kind of story-based content. That would make it more interesting for me, because at the moment it is still kind of clinging onto the kind of FPS type of dimension, and I think eventually this could ease off and people may lose interest, as we have some other very big games out there that are excelling with that particular kind of activity. Battle Royale games in particular, and you've seen Call of Duty Warzone recently, which is the best Battle Royale in my opinion produced so far. Quite extraordinary really, both in content and everything really. So I'm really hoping that what they said, what Bungie had said, the team, about Destiny, that indicated they would take more of a story-based kind of content making decision. That is still to be fully materialized. I feel that the recent inclusions in Shadowkeep are, I guess, kind of building a bridge for us to get there. But don't forget, in Destiny 1 we've had the Taken King that reworked the game, and it's possible that in Destiny 2 we'll have the same sort of thing. Lots of people asked questions about Destiny 3 when it's going to be coming out. There were some rumors even indicating what the content was going to be. All of that is completely false, as Destiny 2 within its present format, the format in which you are exploring this ever-evolving world with lots of different activities, is going to persist for at least the next 3 years. and it's kind of a 3-year plan that they have with the game. It is likely to have more chapters, more elements of the story introduced, a bit more RPG, and it's very likely we'll have more cutscenes and many other activities thrown in through the seasonal content. So very, very exciting times ahead. In fact, we are going to be dedicating next week to Destiny, and to all of our Destiny veterans and friends here, I'd like to say we'll have a lot of Destiny, and that will be Destiny 2, because if you are perhaps away or you're not reading the Bungie updates, we are going to have a new contest emerging on Tuesday, and that is called the I think it's called Valor of Guardians, so kind of Guardians achievements, and each one of your characters will be able to do certain activities in order to get certain achievements, and you will be given a particular rank, and that's going to be run, if I'm not mistaken, on the daily basis. So that's going to be quite good. And on my Destiny 2 I don't even have all 3 characters, I have just one, my Warlock, so there will be plenty of scope for us to work together and to build my Hunter and Titan, and maybe play my Warlock as well, we'll see, and then engage with the recent seasonal activities. The reason I've not been streaming so much is that overall the activity on kind of Destiny had downsized quite considerably during the last kind of 6 months, and we've seen that lots of people gravitating towards their own game, and they were not really participating as much in our kind of community activities here, and that's the reason as to why I downsized. I had very busy Halo, for instance, and a lot of people popped in who were quite interested in the Master Chief Collection. But we are going to be having our Destiny week ahead, so a lot to look forward to. I'm very excited about the introduction of those new skills, and we'll be rewarded with various things that will be there for us to keep. Really looking forward to that. I think it's a very new, novel approach to our Guardians and to the Destiny franchise, and the content keeps coming. The seasons are obviously coming our way. There's a lot to do, and I've discovered I have lots of quests left from various other sections of the game that will need to be completed. But anytime I want to complete those quests, there's already something else to do. So you could see really Bungie are never ever asleep. They always produce that new content, and we keep carrying on with all that is given to us, and so far so good. I think the game Destiny 2 has been massively improved, and I love it. I think it is really one of the best, most immersive open world shooters ever created, and I just wish that we'd have a bit more of that RPG story-led content. That's what I like. And revisiting Mass Effect after quite a few years recently and playing it extensively here on my channel just reminded me of the fact that in Mass Effect you have a lot of story-based content, but you have a lot of fierce activities. It depends on how you want to pursue it, and you have one and the other, and you can really get engaged in fierce firefights, and then after a while you have a bit of respite with chit-chats, and you get to know a lot about other characters. I always advise people who are doing Mass Effect style games to be as inquisitive as possible, so ask as many questions as possible, talk to everyone, make sure you are fulfilling all of that dialogue, because you'll get a lot of extra content. Remember when the game came out first, there were people complaining. People said you could spend 300 hours in the game. We finished the game in about 50. Well, that's not quite right, because you were pursuing the main quest, you were not talking to anyone, you were just hammering it with some of the fighting sequences, you didn't get any of the side quests, and therefore you just raced through it and you missed out on the main section of the game. The beauty of Mass Effect also is that you can replay it, and then you can approach, for instance, the main character from a different viewpoint. He can be, in one instance, maybe very polite, diplomatic and friendly, so that's called Paragon in there, or next time you play you can be Renee, and therefore you're a bit more abrasive, a bit aggressive. You will get different types of situations evolving, and the outcome is going to be quite significantly altered. So, really a game you can replay many times, and it's just absolutely wonderful to have. I have the whole trilogy. I've not played so far Mass Effect Andromeda, and it's been really a very divisive type of game that people received a bit frostily, because it did introduce the multiplayer and the story was very different. Evidently it didn't follow the story of the trilogy, so I really still have to do that, and we probably will tie in Mass Effect Andromeda with the replay of the entire trilogy, which is currently progressing over here. I really wanted to do a bit more of the original game, which is presently offered on Xbox Game Pass. You can obviously crack on with it at any time, free of charge if you're a subscriber, or if you are indeed a member of the Ultimate subscription community. So you get it for free, you download it, it's about 20 gigs I think, and you can easily play it as long as you like. The beauty of the gaming industry as it stands today is that it's offering a lot for very little, and that's quite in reverse compared to the way things were for some of you who are perhaps a bit mature gamers. You'll remember the 90s, where we've had very few games released prior to the invention of PlayStation, that had very many introduced in a very short period of time. But the old PC games, you know, we had very few introduced, but they were extremely expensive. They were at that time costing about £50 a piece. It's funny, isn't it? You think about it, 25 years ago the prices remained exactly the same. And to be fair, today we have a competitive market, and initially the games are very expensive, but for the vast majority, let's say 85% of the games, the prices drop very significantly within the first 6 months, inclusive of AAA blockbusters within a year. So that's all very, very good and accessible. We get now the subscription services. I subscribe to Xbox Game Pass and to the other, which is PlayStation Now services. Altogether, I get instant access to 1,000 games. Think about it, 1,000 games on the price of a monthly subscription. So that costs me less than £20. And if I was buying games, I'd just probably spend a lot more just on a single game anytime I went to my local computer shop. So to be fair, these are the best times to be hopping on board and to be enjoying both our activities here on Twitch and joining forces through our online video gaming communities. And the industry is going to be producing a lot more from the beginning of the next year as we progress towards xCloud, instant access to gaming from wherever you are on any platform. These are certainly very, very exciting times ahead of us, so I really look forward to all of that. Anyway, we've come to the time which we all enjoy the best, and that's called the Game Time. We are exploring today Borderlands Game of the Year Edition. This game is freely available on Xbox Game Pass. Also, it is available on PlayStation Now services, so if you are a subscriber on either of these, you'll be able to access it 24/7. But the reason I'm bringing it to my channel today is very simple. We get freebies every single weekend. Free with Gold is one of the most treasured, loved and appreciated services that Microsoft offer, and every week we get anything between 4 to 6 games which you can download and try. And I've got to say, the choice of these games are absolutely top-notch. Every single week there's something for everyone. So think about it. For the lovers of driving, it's Formula 1 game this weekend, right? It's Formula 1 2019. So it's like Forza or Need for Speed or any of these. Then for those lovers of ancient worlds, kind of RPGs, similar to Elder Scrolls, you've got Warhammer, Chaos Bane, and that brings you into the arena of fighting and RPG and strategy and all sorts. Then you have for the lovers of RPG and space opera, Starlink Battle for Atlas, and that's a wonderful, wonderful game as well. And then for everyone who is very keen on open world, and every week we have an open world game. I have to say that's very, very good, because if you think about the last 3 or 4 weeks, there was one big open world game introduced in there. Last week we had Elder Scrolls, and the week before we had Ghost Recon, and then there was, then we had Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which is a tremendous game, I have to say. I've not bought it yet, but I really enjoyed that gameplay during the weekend. It was absolutely terrific, and we look forward to acquiring it. I'll probably get the Ultimate Edition once the price is a bit more, accepting. Still, the prices are very high in this game, so on the other hand, I can just buy the base game once the prices drop, so that's one of the ideas. A bit like what I've done with The Division and all the other games. So, as you could see, there is something for everyone, and therefore I'm introducing Borderlands Game of the Year Edition today. We probably will be streaming it today and tomorrow, and we'll have a bit of Warhammer. And the reason for that is simple. I never played the game before, I want to really introduce myself to it, and I want to really bring it to the members of my community. So, has anyone played Borderlands before? Almost certainly, right? I played it quite a lot on 360 and loved the game. It's very enjoyable, it's very funny, full of exciting, beautifully designed, entertaining characters. Anyone who loved Borderlands would have loved Apex, because the characters in Apex really resemble this weird, distant, apocalyptic, post-apocalyptic world. The game is about survival, so if you watched Mad Max trilogy, or even if you watched the recent Mad Max Road Rage with Charlize Theron and Tom Hardy, you will know what the score is. The world had collapsed, the civilization went downhill, and everyone is there for themselves, basically trying to fight their own basic way through which they will survive, and this is what we'll be doing in here. This game is similar to Rage. Rage is also a very good game, open world with sort of post-apocalyptic and survival. So if you're a lover of Fallout, you will be definitely entranced by both of these, albeit Fallout does have a lot less action. It's more of an RPG action game than these ones. These ones have a bit of a sort of abbreviated story, and it's a lot more activity in terms of shoot them up sort of thing. So let's start the game. Let's crack on. I usually play Lilith, and she is really very, very cool, so we'll obviously choose her. I can see that the game here has been also remastered. It looks a lot crisper, a lot better compared to let me just see, bear with me, we need to select character. Yeah, I can tell you that the game looks a lot better on my display compared to what I've seen on PlayStation Now services, but I think I played the base game rather than the Game of the Year, and I'm not sure when it was remastered, so it looks really absolutely awesome, really high quality graphics, it's top notch, very, very enjoyable. So I have another user ID which I used for Borderlands, but we are going to be looking at starting from scratch and building our character. For all of you familiar with my channel, I run it as a learning channel, so we really kind of learn as we go along, provide lots of tutorials for certain things when I'm obviously in possession of the knowledge. Otherwise it is my community members that are providing me with the tutorial, consequently everybody else can learn from that, so that's really cool. And that's the way it's going to be today. So let's see, new character. We need to select character, so what's happening? Fresh off the bars. New character. Play game. Yeah, if I remember correctly, we'll be able to select the character a bit later.
So, you want to hear a story, huh? One about treasure hunters. Have I got a story for you? Pandora. This is our home, but make no mistake, this is not a planet of peace and love. They say it's a wasteland, that it's dangerous, that only a fool would search for something of value here. Then perhaps I am a fool. But do not be fooled by what Pandora appears to be. There was a legend. Many people tell it. The legend of the vault. My father would always go on about the vault, even with his dying breath. Advanced alien technology, infinite wealth, fame, power, women. So you can understand why some little kiddos who hear the stories grow up to become vault hunters. Well, I have a story you may not believe, but I tell you it is true. The legend of the vault is real, and it is here on Pandora. And let's call it a guardian angel, appeared to guide the vault hunters to their prize. The tale begins right here on Pandora with the brave vault hunters, the guardian angel, and most importantly, me. Next stop, Firestone Depot. Time to gather up your stuff. Who's getting off the bus? You with the sniper rifle and the crazy mask. You look like a Traxican wrestler moonlighting as a dominatrix, man. And you, soldier man. Are those armor pieces from the...
Don't be alarmed. I need you to stay calm and don't let on that anyone is talking to you. Start making your way off the bus. You don't have any reason to trust me, but I need you to believe that I'm here to guide you. I'm here to help you find the vault. In a moment, you'll be greeted by a funny little robot. Do everything he says. You'll know what I mean when it happens. I'll contact you again soon.
Well, we're here. Don't worry about saying goodbye. I'm sure we'll be doing this all again soon enough. Get off my bus.
There we are, so we are off the bus and we are going to be looking for that robot, and the robot's going to give us a nice little tutorial, as you can see left and right. Got to say, it does look much better than on PlayStation. It really is crisp. Probably remastered it for...
You may call me by my locally designated name, Claptrap. Before continuing, please accept this Echo communication device and heads-up display, provided free of charge by the Dahl Corporation.
Hard disk here. Initializing. This is cool. We got some health. Weapon display module. We'll see everything that we need for a successful bit of activity there.
Great! I detect that your Echo device is fully functioning. This way, please.
Okay. Use left for movement, right to look around. So you see left is movement, right is to look around. Nice and easy. Mind you, I need to see options because the okay, we can adjust that later. Seems a bit too dark, I think. The video is a bit dark. Maybe it's a 360. Well, no, it's been remastered for Xbox One, so. But you get sometimes with 360 games that they look much darker on Xbox One. Alright. Claptrap.
I'm over here! Step right up. This is the new U station. When you use this device, your DNA profile is automatically identified and stored. Please activate the new U station now.
I need to do that. Okay. Lilith! That is the name that I have. Lilithy. Change a hero, that's all cool. But then again, you know, you can be choosing all sorts. Well, this perhaps would be applicable to the situation we're living in today. Patient Zero. Spectacular Sunflower Sass. But I'm quite happy with the way she is at the moment. Colours. Skill points controller.
Excellent! Now that your DNA is registered, you have the best in horrific death and dismemberment insurance. Should an unfortunate fatal incident occur, your new you will appear at the nearest station. Now we can head into the peaceful town of Firestone. I'll lead the
Okay.
way.
Lead the way, my friends. We are going to be following you. Well, as you could see, there are some bands there full of mischief. So where is our friend? They've gone.
It's really having it in for us claptraps. You this target practice is not part of our programming. And open. Yes.
Open sesame. Open sesame.
Losing blood. What I've been for ya.
I'm really good at this.
You gotta squeeze.
Headshot.
You never should have. You're gonna. There's too many.
He is down.
Go meet your maker.
Damn it! Out of ammo.
I'm out of ammunition. Need to see if any of those guys dropped ammunition. Reload. It's automated. It's very easy. Basically, pick up the stuff as you come close to the bats or whoever you defeated. Oh, you're alive. What's going on?
Let's teach him a lesson.
Need to find some ammo.
Time to nap.
Unfortunately, I didn't have enough ammunition and therefore I was gone.
Used all.
Forgot about it. That's really ridiculous. Well, can't I open this one? Quite good with this tutorial because you really learn on the job. I'm getting rich, but what I do not need at the moment is money. What I do need is ammunition. So where is it? Can't fire. Like I got no ammunition. Have I got any other weapons or anything? It's like I have no option to run and take it to him.
You scared? You should be.
See, has he not got anything I can pick up?
Look at all this stuff.
Pick up, pick up.
Wow! That looks like it could do some damage. Okay, this gate open.
What was it? T, was it? Yeah, so we'll do that. Hang on, let's just have a look in here. Pick up all the ammunition.
This isn't working. Quick, this way.
This way. Let's go in here. Really good tutorial. I love these tutorials. Really teach me how to do everything. Jumping. Was that a headshot?
There's no escaping, Mark.
Okay. Got to say that the game looks astonishingly good. Looks so much better than during the old days. Bear with me. Okay, let's have a look. What else have we got in there? Well, oh, I don't have any ammunition for this weapon. Okay. Why is he not dying?
They're getting away from us. You never shot
Still alive.
you're gonna pay. Somebody, you're going down.
Okay, so some health in there to be picked up. Okay, any ammunition? Bear with me, I've got to do something. I'll be back literally in 1 minute. Okay, so we are back, picking up a few bits and pieces from that. As you can see, we have lots of containers everywhere. They look very similar to what we get in Gears of War, and the only difference here is we don't need to use Jack. It's funny, but one of my colleagues who also does streaming on Twitch named herself Lilithy because she played Borderlands, I think, quite a bit in the old days. She's an expert. She's an expert in PUBG and Warzone and Battle Royale kind of game. She's a competitive esports player. Look at this. What does it say?
I just keep better.
Level up. Just leveled up. Leveling up permanently increases the amount of health you have and the amount of damage you deal. It also immediately gives you full health and shields. Obviously, if you are level nil, or level 1 I should say, you're very vulnerable.
I knew you were the right choice, friend. Now go. I'll contact you again soon.
Just a second, we need to look at that. That's a bit unfair, it's just a gun. How was it possible for him to be losing his... He's over there! Come there, that's alright. Cannot use. Clip we picked up, so that's good.
Attention, citizens
Yeah.
of Firestone! There is no cause for alarm. This new visitor has resolved the problem.
Well, shoot, I thought I was a goner that time. Damn bandits won't leave us alone. Had to lock the place up tight. I'll let you in. Come on. Damn it. Blasted are on the fritz again. Give it a go switch out there, would you?
Okay, the doctor's in. Dr. Z, open building 03 in Firestone, and meet Dr. Z. So that's, we'll get through our HUD. We'll get all the tasks. Give it a go from the switch. Let's see, level 2 difficulty, normal, story, mission. It's all good, really. And we'll accept.
Now that you've selected
So
a
we
mission,
need to get
you'll
in
notice
there.
that a new icon has appeared
From-
on the heads-up display. That's a waypoint.
Yeah, that's correct.
The waypoint will tell you where you need to go, depending on what mission is currently active in your mission log.
That's exactly what we'll do. We'll follow the logs, make sure that we get everything right, and then we'll carry on some of our quests. You know, it should be really good fun. We have a whole day ahead of us, so there'll be plenty of action here in this wonderful Borderlands world. My goodness, I've played lots of games, different games during the last couple of months. I've got to say, very, very pleased. Probably been at my most diverse ever. Which is good, you know, because gaming is all about progression. It's about learning, it's about connecting with other people, about communication with other gamers worldwide, and obviously keeping abreast with all the novelties and new developments in the industry. And that's exactly what I've been doing. In fact, I'm just reminded I've got to do my weekly news bulletin today as well, which I'll do later. Alright. The diamond icon on your compass is your waypoint. Waypoint gives you the direction to travel to find your next objective. I think that the map is better integrated here, as far as I remember. Confirm and exit. Change name. Something like that to do. Collect. There it's there. They said. So doctors to 10, right? Collect reward. What's the reward? 3 speeds. Message. Doctor's in. Thanks for opening her up again. Zed, they still call me when they don't let me cut and fox. Keep the med vendors around here up and running. From the vendors you can buy all you could ever want. Doctor. Okay. Yes, I know. I'll come there. Gate. Kill skags and Zed. 5 of those. Outside of just see scroll. Oh, that's okay. Outside of Firestone, just button across the road, you'll find 7 skag, which is 4-legged creature, including you. I want to know if you can handle yourself in a fight against some of these beasts on out there and kills 4 still in monsters. Then come on. Okay, so we are going to be accepting. This is a really good shot as well. Skags at the game. See if we were to add weapons all nil. And that first weapon really good. Hang on. Iron. I think we have to unlock Skags at the gate. We always have our tapes indicating what the quests are. Trophies in the looks of it, right? It's my husband to doing that. Oh no. Map. So you can always place your just like here, right? Find it's basic principle all maps this game, albeit some games have called them, so it's harder to find. I really struggled with those maps in Sea of Thieves. I've got to say it was tricky, but maybe that's because I did it properly. I don't know. To Sea of Thieves sometimes, and we'll pursue the adventures of the game. Really funny, and it does take a little while to learn how to actually play the game because you need to be traveling on various ships and you need to master lots of different skills. But the best way to play Sea of Thieves is similar to you know, Destiny and Gears, and that's in a team, because obviously you learn from your team and you have a lot more fun. A really ideal kind of family game, you know, really sociable, really funny, entertaining, and lots of puns and dialogue and wisecracks and all sorts. So really very good way of the best way of doing it is in a team. So I'll have to get a team on board for Sea of Thieves at some point. Yeah, so basically place waypoint so we can find it easily. We'll say goodbye to him, but we do need to pick up some ammunition. I think we have plenty of stuff in here. Money, $28. In this game you can really purchase a lot of different items, which is pretty good. And then you collect a lot of money, you purchase everything. And it's very streamlined and simple and easy to use, and sometimes buying is kind of tricky. It takes a while to get everything. Oh, let me see now. Can we open this? I really like that. Zed's jukebox.
You got what you need.
Now that we're done with all that, please follow me and I'll open the gate for you.
Where is that? I want to pick everything up. Use nothing. Yeah, shouting. Pretty good because it's telling what in hurry. Come on, open. Open us. Oh, there's another one.
Looks like he got
Okay.
under 9 toes in. Don't worry, he'll get what's to him.
I knew you were the right choice. Oh, the poor little robot needs our help. Would you kindly give him a hand? That little robot is hurt. He isn't going to last very long without attention. Why don't you look around for something to fix him up?
Okay, I need to find some repair kit. Claptrap rescue. Okay.
Oh my god, I'm leaking. I think I'm leaking. Ah, I'm leaking. There's oil everywhere.
Mission complete. Once you tighten a few screws, replace some bent wiring.
Am I leaking?
He seems
Claptrap is rolling once again.
Now's the time to get moving and play your part in the journey to come.
Okay, so the enemy is expected to be up here. And not up there. What's this?
That ought to do it. I'll see you in a few.
Okay, so we cleared them up. We need to go back to Z. You received 18 repeats of pistol slugs, okay. Do you know what's interesting in here is it is smoother and easier on eyes, really, compared to what I had on PlayStation. I remember playing it on PlayStation Now and I really felt dizzy afterwards. It was very choppy. It's so really so much better. It's really good, I've got to say. It really does. Visually, it's astonishing. Well, you can see the benefit of games being remastered and redone. Yeah, they look and feel really different.
Need anything?
Well, my life is not particularly good
I keep the
at the
medical
moment.
equipment working, more or less.
Guess the skags didn't give you much trouble, eh? You clearly know how to handle a gun, and that is good. Real good. You're gonna need it because I've got something else for you to help me with. So skags at the gates. Guess those skags didn't give you much trouble. Okay, we read that all. Fixer upper. I need to get my second pair of eyes at the moment, so bear with me. I'm not sure why. Because it's getting very dark outside due to the cloud. Drizzly, miserable overnight here in our local area. Feels like a ghost town, apocalyptic, you know. Nobody is on the streets. Everything's completely vacant and deserted, and really this eerie silence is probably the most scary thing that one can be experiencing. Really, really scary. Getting some messages from some of the viewers on other platforms. Well, thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate your assistance. I got some messages saying wonderful screenshots. Well, thank you. Great to see that people are indeed watching our screenshots and then communicating. Really, really appreciating that. Because doing screenshots and sharing on various platforms is the best way of introducing yourself to others. And I've got to say, the the overall package when you're running a channel, if you want to make it highly professional and like a proper big broadcasting type of platform, is a 24/7 activity, because you need to be posting on Twitter, posting on Instagram, you need to be using an app that's giving all the screenshots and clips, and that's usually either on Xbox or PlayStation, their own proprietary platform, and you need to be communicating to everyone, you need to post on forums. It's quite an exercise. And I've been doing a lot of that on Xbox app and made lots of new friends. People really appreciated some of the screenshots. That's pretty good. But in the recent days, I've not really posted as much, although I've set it up on automated, so anything that I take here as a screenshot is automatically posted on the news feed. But what I prefer to do is to be posting all of my screenshots to game-specific clubs, because that's your community. That's the people who really kind of are into a particular game. The trouble is that they have a limited number of clubs you can have, and if you are a variety gamer or streamer, then that poses some difficulties. And there are also clubs that are taking on board just about any form of content that's related to any game, but that's very, very diverse. So we've taken a few here already, and they're pretty good. So let's see. If you're gonna head out of town, you need a shield. A shield forms an invisible barrier around you that absorbs damage. Normally you'd buy one from the med vendor here, but this one took a bullet during the bandit raid. Fortunately, it just needs a new power coupling, and it's also so it happens that there is an old vendor we can use for parts. It's right outside of town, down the road east. Go and grab the part, install it into the med vendor, and then buy yourself a shield. Okay, sounds good. So we'll pick this up. And we need to look at the map. So just a second, what was it? Fix upper. Okay, fix upper. Fix upper, and what's this one there? Oh no, we need to remove this. Yeah, that's right. You see, that's not really cool. It should be automated. Once you completed the mission, you really principally should not have that. Well, it does happen in lots of different games, it's not just here. Okay, place a waypoint. Okay. You can try this weapon as well. Dancing. Oh, hang on, I need some health. So how do I get it? Weapons. So where's my inventory? This is my inventory. I don't have anything at the moment. Okay, I do have some money, so I should be able to buy myself a health kit.
Not have a med school degree, but when you get shot, you'll be happy I'm here.
Okay.
That'll do for now.
That will do for now. Funny, there are flies up there, so how do we get up there? Probably have to be jumping. I definitely need some med kit.
Is there something you need?
Now I forgot how I was to get it, but okay, I'll work this out as we carry on. It's very easy to forget.
That'll do for now.
Okay, 57 meters. Something behind us. Let's see what that is. Even that, a bit lewd though, isn't it? Peekaboo. To access your map, hold that button in there, the map shows you many different points of interest as well as the specific location of your waypoint. Okay, we know all that. Fair enough. So I'll leg it in there to see whether there is something for me to collect. No, nearly got killed. Wasted ammunition in there, basically. Bit silly. Power coupling completed. Med vendor repaired. Okay, so that. We can't go into this cave at the moment. Oh, back to him. Oh no, no, that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah, what is it?
Shield purchased. Yeah, we need to get that shield, that's true. Let's see.
What do you need? You can call me Zed. Everyone else does.
So I need to get a power coupling. Which is what I did pick up. Okay. Repair the med vendor and buy a shield. Okay.
You know what you need to know. I might not have
That's
a
what
med
it
school
is, yeah.
degree, but when you get shot, you'll be happy I'm here.
So what's the price? Item of the day. No money. Almost full. Okay. So I have no money. Shield purchased. I couldn't purchase it because I don't have the money.
I keep the medical equipment working, more or less.
Shop. Vendor.
I think we're done here.
Must be inside. Can we get in? Possibly. Can't go in yet. Well, I guess I made a mistake. I should have purchased the shield instead of looking for those other bits which were to be providing me with more health, right? So I'll have a look around, explore. $13. What's the price of that shield, first of all?
I might not have a med school degree, but when you get shot, you'll be, yeah, I'm here.
$2.45. That will take me a bit of time. That will take me a bit of time. Correct. Maybe. No, not really. Possibly through here. Oops, there's something else. No more ammunition for me. Right, so we've looked at it. We've got it all. But you know, there are lots of containers here. So finding some of them and then picking up the goodies. Just annoyed with myself that I well, I probably will have to be going out in a mild and then collecting some revenue from elsewhere. It's Eclipse. $93. Okay, so maybe we'll. What's the money? $15. Okay. Explore this a bit more. Still can't open this one, I think. Cannot use. A mega chest. Plenty of stuff in there. Which at the moment is inaccessible to us all. Can't get to it. Raided it already. Okay. Mushrooms! Fancy mushroom risotto, which I do not have. More money. 25. Okay, look for more money around here. I'm alright with my ammunition. Doing well. Yeah, picked everything up in here already. Maybe money? Money? It is money. 174. Okay. It's about 38, wasn't it? So we should be quite close to the target. Money. No money. But you could see we probably can. Probably. Possibly. Maybe. 50. No? $222, just a bit more, just a bit more. Can we just find one more container with some money? Oh, I raided it already. That is annoying. There is something. I need money! Oh, who doesn't? No, it's fast travel. Okay. Bingo, 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 bingo. 266. Well, that's plenty. What's up there? So there is something up there. Welcome. Melee. What is amusing is how all those game developers use each other's motives or imagination, you know, because this world, if I'm not mistaken, was initially introduced by Fallout, the open world that's devastated by a major apocalypse. And we have so many games springing up with the same sort of idea, but each one of them is using the idea and developing it obviously in its own direction. That's really pretty good. Just think about the difference between this game, then Rage, then Fallout, then The Division, and then Far Cry. Really, really cool. Money? No, no money. Just a bit more money. Well, that's a bit silly. We open the chest and there's nothing in it. Mind you, we find these chests. Some more money. More money. Am I rich? Is it 300? Yes, it is. Right, so that's more than plenty. So let me see where we are. Z is here, isn't he? Okay, let's just leg it. I had plenty of everything, but mind you, this is really well hidden. Look at it. I'm getting rich all the way. And they provide you with resupplies at a later stage, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Quite certain I'm not. Right, off to that same place we need to go to. Come on. Shooting. Z. Where is he? I'm going away now. Needs to be this way. So it looks like we need to go through here. Yeah, you can see they respawned in here already. It's really pretty good because you can always get your supplies in there without major difficulty. Okie raided this already. This way up here.
Give me a shield.
There we go.
Everyone else does.
Shields. Aye.
Stronger by the minute.
I'm getting stronger by the minute.
Thanks for the help. You ought to use them to sell some things you don't need.
You now have a shield. Damage inflicted upon you will first be removed from the shield. If your shield goes down, it will recharge after a short time. Be on the lookout for stronger shields. Well, fair enough, I certainly shall be.
Buy first aid kits to use on the field. I keep the medical equipment working, more or less.
So we can turn in our quest, Fix Upper. Obtain a power coupling, repair the med, so we've done it all, we'll get some money for that. 180 XP is $188. Yay! You don't need a PhD to do my job. And we got the achievement. Completed 5 missions in arid balance. Hold on, I need to see what my achievement was because I really couldn't read it that quick. It was just literally within seconds. Paid in Firestone. Let me see. What's beautiful if you are running your apps is that you'll see everything immediately. And you can share it. Paid in Firestone. 5 points. Good. And Game of the Year edition does have lots of different achievements, so there'll be plenty of work for us here. Okay. Mind you, we could really share that. Just a second, I want to share this achievement with our friends. So we'll share this with we share it with our friends in the achievements community. So that will be just give us a second. Borderlands Game of the Year edition, and we'll have this achievement here, and then we can share this to club, and we'll go to Xbox Achievement Guide. Is that the one? Hold on a minute, that's the wrong one. No, it is, I'm right. It is the one. There we are sharing it. It has gone to the achievement hunter guide, I think it is. What is it called? Yeah, Xbox achievement guide. So that's done. All good. Mission complete. See, you don't need a PhD to do my job. I guess people just feel more comfortable with my honest face, and beside mana. Feel free to sell your items at the med vendor and buy some first aid kits for later. Okay, let's see. 188. Kill bandits and return to Dr. Z. 9 toys placed a few men at a small outpost outside of town, across the road and west. Those men report every move we make, so next move should be to make them dead. Okay, accepting. We'll grab that. The best thing to do always is to mark them on a map. So these guys up here. Okay.
People don't yet trust you. If you're going to ever find the vault, you'll need the aid of the people. Helping Dr. Zed with his nine-toes problem is a good move.
Okay. So the baddies are going to be there. Okay, so that's good. Plenty of ammunition. Hang on. Come on. It's a bit silly.
I'm really good at this.
Pick up some of that ammunition. So that's good. We can visit our Dr. Zed, I think. I've got to say it's so much smoother here on Xbox because I played it on PlayStation and it was very choppy. I think it was on PS Now services. It really was. It was a big difference. It was affecting with my enjoyment of gameplay, but that all depends on, you know, what the developer would have provided, I guess. Because in here it's absolutely top notch. Really, it looks really astonishing. Lots of Game Pass games are adapted for 4K usage as well, so it's high resolution, and you know they reworked that. What is he doing in here?
What do you want? Spit it out.
Kill bandits and return to Dr. Zed. Collect reward. That's blinding 9 toys.
No end to my
Well done, friend. Here's the bounty for those guys. By the time 9 toys realizes we've taken out his eyes, we'll already be making our next move. So we have 9 toys meet TK Baha. There's a reward for the death of 9 toys, but he's elusive. We don't really know where his hideout is. Talk to TK Baha at his farm south of Firestone. He's as blind as a bat, but nobody knows the area better than he does. Maybe he can help you. Okay. So again, what we'll do is we'll look at where he is. Let's see. What's this? Okay.
Done here.
Cool. We'll go outside. Okay, we'll go up there. Lilithy! Lily's doing rather well in here. Firing. I'll ignore him, I don't want to bother with him. This is where he is.
You? One more step and it'll be your last. You should have seen the look on your face. Hey,
Okay.
come chat a while. It's always nice to be out here.
Dr. TK, who's the kid in town, eh? Wait, I think I... Okay. So, southern food on them to him. I did hear it. These damn skags getting into my food. And whoever you are, I need to kill those. They're half of my food stores. So get my food back and we'll talk after I'm angry. Accept the... Accepting. To see where these guys are. Okay, it's not... Mind tag. $15. What's this? None of those locks we can... still not gone. Thought he would have been. Stolen food looks like a little less appetizing after all. It's been through. But he still will be eating it. Make no mistake, he will be eating it. Okay, we'll go back to him. That's not it. Oh no, there's looks like there are some other checkpoints in there that we need to complete. Okay. Do I have enough ammunition is the most important question. These piles contain money and ammunition and all sorts. Okay. Another one. $38 meters, so it's up there. Okay, it's all situated pretty much in the same area, so it's nice and easy. Looks like I need to get my health back. And my shield. Alright. Oh, still 2 of those. Cool, turn it in. We need to go back to Baja. It's all very close. The map is not particularly wide in here. We'll get a bit bigger as we carry on. Ham! I'm hungry.
Hey, why don't you come over here and chat a while? It's always nice for a fellow to have company out here.
Well, I enjoy listening to that. Scat corpses hitting the ground like music to my ears. Brought my food back, did you? Thank you, strangers. You're looking for Nineto's hideout. It's over in Skag Gully. Seeing as you helped me with my Skag problem, I'm happy to help you with your Nineto's problem. Okay. Got grenades. Good news. Just heard Marcus reopen his weapon vendor in Firestone. Before you get after Nineto's, you got to get yourself some grenades. So I'm so happy you killed those skags that I just handed you some, but I do not have any left after my last fishing trip. Head over to Firestone and buy some grenades, then come back.
You've done well. I've decided to reopen my Firestone franchise thanks to you. Head into town and buy some new gear.
Kincaid. Am I getting the money? Yeah, I am actually. My medkit then, by the looks of it. Where is it? Got them all. I hate those bandits, they're terrible. There's a bit of a lag there as well. Well, it's an old game though. It's funny, isn't it, when you think of 10 years old, that's like ancient in terms of video gaming industry, but not quite so elsewhere. He's dancing, he's very happy. Opening up his shop. Money. Missing. Amanda Ray. It's funny because these ones remind me of those batteries I've been collecting, the components in Gears of War, but it is a different game, so you could see SMG bullets. Okay.
Just can't carry enough bullets for your favorite gun? Sounds like you need a storage deck upgrade. Supplies limited.
Grenades. Three grenades at a time. Okay. Fair enough. Maybe we'll buy some combat rifle, repeater pistol. Launch ammunition. Okay, we can buy the whole lot of stuff in there. Weapons. Equipped. Peter, Swatter. Okay, how much is that one? 40. Sell. Hang on. No. This is buying. This is selling. Buying back. Okay. Buying. What else is selling? Nothing. Okay. Press RB to throw a grenade. Okay.
The SNS philosophy is tech plus ammo capacity equals I win.
Tier 12 Patrol SMG. I think we'll probably go for this one. Yeah. Purchased it. All weapons. Swatter. 92. To buy. Okay, okay. So sell. No, we'll actually double check this. First of all, we'll go to inventory and see what's equipped. So I want to equip tier 12. Okay. And see, this is tier 12 Patrol SMG. Something's not quite right in there. Okay. So that's fine, and we'll sell that simple one, I think. It's equipped. just realized that my mic was switched off. I'm going to be watching our press conference, the daily press conference now, you know, to get updated on all that's happening in our battle against the deadly virus. And then we'll resume with our Borderlands world in about an hour. So I hope everybody will be coming back, enjoying the world yet again, enjoying the Borderlands world, I should say. And as I said, we'll resume in about 60 minutes. And hope you enjoy what you've seen so far. I certainly did. The game looks and feels a lot better on Xbox, and that is through Xbox Game Pass and Game of the Year Edition. So that night, really, I hope to see you all later, and I wish you all a very, very good afternoon.
Can we go now?